As the COVID-19 crisis intensifies, the world also faces a global misinformation pandemic. The coronavirus has given rise to a flood of conspiracy theories, disinformation, and propaganda. Conspiracy theories that behave like viruses themselves are spreading just as rapidly online as SARS-CoV-2 does offline. Here are some conspiracy theories making the rounds. According to professional conspiracy theorists like Alex Jones, COVID-19 doesn't actually exist, but is a plot by the globalist elite to take away our freedoms. Conspiracy theorists have seized on a video of a 2015 TED Talk given by Gates where he discussed the Ebola outbreak and warned of a new pandemic to reinforce their claims he had foreknowledge of the COVID pandemic or even purposely caused it. Anti-vaxxers don't believe vaccines work. Instead, some have spread the myth that Gates wants to use a vaccination program to implant digital microchips that will somehow track and control people. Genetically modified crops have been a target of conspiracy theorists for years. They claim that GM crops cause genetic pollution that allows viruses to proliferate due to the resulting environmental imbalances. Anti-GMO activists have also tried to blame modern agriculture, which is strange since the known path of the virus into the human population was through the very ancient practice of people capturing and killing wildlife. Some people say that COVID death rates are being inflated and therefore there is no reason to observe lockdown regulations or other social distancing measures, but experts believe that the current death toll is a serious undercount. Viruses cannot travel on mobile networks and that COVID-19 is spreading rapidly in many countries that do not have 5G networks. Even so, this conspiracy theory has led to cell phone towers being set on fire in the UK. This one, at least, has the benefit of being plausible. It is true that the original epicenter of the epidemic, the Chinese city of Wuhan, also hosts a virology institute where researchers have been studying bat coronaviruses for a long time, has proven too juicy for conspiracists to resist. It was proven wrong when genetic sequencing showed that the new SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus did not match any of the viruses sampled and studied in the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The Chinese government responded to the anti-China theories with a conspiracy theory of its own that seeks to turn blame back around onto the United States. This conspiracy theory and an accompanied attempt to rename COVID the USA virus was a transparent geopolitical ploy useful for domestic propaganda but not widely believed internationally. The presence of an advanced virology lab in Wuhan fed some theories and accusations that China had deliberately unleashed an attack. Some Chinese and Iranian commentators, meanwhile, claim it was an American attack. When it comes to man-made viruses, this is a field that is only decades old. Laboratories do not create viruses as neat as Mother Nature does, and it is easy enough to demonstrate that a given virus isn't some Frankenstein creation stitched together out of RNA or DNA from other things. Contagious diseases and other biological weapons were recognized for their potential impact on armies or people as early as the 14th century BC. Let's go over some of them briefly. In 14th century BC, the Hittites sent rams infected with tularemia to their enemies. In 4th century BC, according to Herodotus, Scythian archers infect their arrows by dipping them into decomposing cadavers. In 1155, Frederick Barbarossa poisons water wells with human bodies. In 1346, Mongols hurl bodies of plague victims over the walls of the besieged city of Kaffa. In 1422, Lithuanian army hurls manure made of infected victims into the town of Karlstein. In 1495, Spanish mix wine with blood of leprosy patients to sell to their French foes. In 1650, Polish army fires saliva from rabid dogs towards their enemies. In 1710, Russian army catapulted plague cadavers over the Swedish troops in Reval. In 1763, British officers distributed blankets from smallpox hospital to Native Americans. In 1797, the Napoleonic armies flood the plains around Mantua to enhance the spread of malaria among the enemy. In 1863, Confederates sell clothing from yellow fever and smallpox patients to Union troops during the American Civil War.